Today we're going to be making Tiropitakia. That's a wonderful hors d'oeuvre. It's a Greek recipe. My mother used to make it, and I have made a few variations. As I have said before, all the food that I cook, I use organic or pesticide-free ingredients, mainly because we have a member of the family who has a chronic illness, and it's very important that the food is nutrient-rich, dense. So I would be using organic flour, all-purpose. I purchased this from Superstore, but anywhere else you find organic flour. I would be using 2 cups of it. This is pretty full to start with. Okay. And then I would be using 1 cup, again, of grass-fed butter. My hands are clean. So this is what I do. I take the flour and I take the butter and I work with it. Yes. I work with it for about 5 minutes. So organic flour and butter. Now, after I work with this, I'm going to be using organic yogurt and mix it all together. Let's work with it some more and some more and some more. Mix the flour with the butter. It tastes delicious. A dash of salt, it always helps. So let me just put a bit of salt and a bit of pepper. And I think it's time now, I mix it once more, to put the yogurt. As you can see, it is 475 grams of yogurt. Goes in. If you don't want to use your hands, you can use a spoon, but it feels better to use your hands. I work with it. This is basically the ingredients for the filo, homemade filo. Not store-bought, but homemade. Feels good. Now, use your judgment. If you see that the dough is pretty sticky, and this one is, I would use some extra flour. But I still have flour here, so I need to keep on working with it. Wow, it's looking so good. And when you taste it, it's even better. I might use 1/4 cup more flour. So that makes it 2 full cups and 1/4. Oh yeah, this is looking good now. I think I'm going to put a dash of baking powder just to make it give an extra fluff. Look at the dough. I'm working with it. It's still a bit sticky, but it feels really good. If it's really sticky, add some more flour, work with it. Now this one, it has to rest. You can put it in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes, and then you can work with it. So for the filling, I'm using feta cheese. I'm using about 1 cup of feta cheese. And this is feta cheese from goat's milk. And then I will chop fresh parsley from my garden. If you have dry one, that's fine, or a bit of mint. I will beat together 1.5 egg. I will use the white from the previous egg and 1 other one, a dash of olive oil, and I'll mix all the ingredients together. And that would be the filling for the tiropitas. If you have different kind of cheese, by all means, you can put some, ooh, lovely. You can put some Parmesan with it to give it flavor. I prefer to stay with the feta cheese. A dash of organic garlic powder, a bit of pepper. I will beat one egg with egg white of the previous one. And again, I would put a bit of pepper, a dash of salt, not too salty because feta has its own salt. Now I will put just a tiny bit of olive oil, that's it. And I will cut up my parsley, mix it together, and that will be the filling. I would chop it as small as I can, but if you have dry parsley, by all means use that. And again, sometimes I would put a bit of fresh basil or a bit of fresh mint. And the filling is ready. Fabulous. All together. Ooh, lovely. And that's it. Now, I took the filo out from the refrigerator. I have the filling over here. I have my baking dish and some parchment paper. It makes life so much easier. How we're going to do. Oh, it feels a bit sticky, in which case, excuse me, I take some flour, I put it here and I put it here, and I work with small pieces. Oh yes. If it feels still sticky, I might put some olive oil in my hands. But this is going to be good. Oh yes, very, very good. Nice. We open the filo and you have to choose the size of the Tirpoitakia. I choose this one, but you might like to use bigger ones or smaller ones. It depends what you're using them for. If the children are hungry, they have to be a bit larger. For appetizers, this is the right shape. So, you can take a teaspoon of the filling. Looks quite a bit here, there. And here is your Tirpoitakia. On top of it, you put this mixture of the egg and the milk, and you put a dash of sesame seeds, and you continue with this. Okay, 45 minutes, the temperature at 360. We started with 355, put it up to 360, and voila. And again, it depends on the size, because I made some big ones down there. And it makes more than 3 dozen of Tirpoitakia. Really quite delicious. Oh yes, there you go. All done. Thank you.